Here's a segment from the latest edition of St. Charles Parish Today, a monthly local talk show.
The Department of Parks and Recreation is one of the parish's largest departments and certainly the most visible, with parks and programming aimed at youth, adult, senior, and special needs residents. Earlier this year, we brought you the news that officials were holding several district meetings to gather input from the community on ways to enhance the department. But now we are bringing you the news that the Parks and Recreation property tax is up for renewal. With me today to discuss what this tax entails is Director of Parks and Recreation, Dwayne Foray, and Executive Director of Community Affairs, Dwayne LaGrange. Well, thank you guys for being on the show with me today. I know I had you guys on here in March, I think, so it's kind of awesome to have you back. Dwayne, we've got a pretty big millage coming up for Parks and Recreation on December 10th. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that is going to entail?
Yeah, the millage is the actual funding that we receive from property taxes from our residents and industry to enable us to facilitate the Department of Parks and Recreation. That brings you our park structure, which is 52 parks, 320 acres. It enables us to operate and maintain those parks for the value of our citizens, and we all know that that enhances the quality of life in St. Charles Parish. We went through the same process in 2008, right when we started, almost 10 years ago. And so we're doing it all over again. It is a 10-year renew, so every 10 years we got to go back to the homeowners in the industry and ask them for their support in this millage.
And it's true, and a lot of people probably don't realize that recreation has its own property tax. You mentioned that you guys do a lot of programs and sports. What type of programs, and who do you target those toward?
Well, we have programs for all citizens. We have youth programs, your basketball, baseball, football. Tennis has been big. We're one of the few departments in Parks and Rec that offer a tennis program. We really concentrated on athletes with disabilities over the last 10 years, and we really brought a wonderful amount of programs to them. Our Challenger, our Shooting Stars, and a swimming program. Our adult participants participate in softball, basketball. We got some wonderful fitness stations. We have multi-use paths and tracks all over the parish that they can enjoy a healthy and well lifestyle, which is one of the guiding principles of Parks and Recreations. And then our seniors, our wonderful seniors. We have Senior Olympics. We have some wonderful field trips that they're fixing to go on this morning, and that's monthly. We have a wonderful Mardi Gras ball. We have a Fall Fest coming up that we partner with Council on Age. And so we do try to target all citizens in the parish, and I think we do a pretty good job of it.
And I think a lot of people might not even know some of the things you guys do. But let's talk about the parks side of Parks and Recreation. 52 parks in the parish. Is that just a playground, a swing set? What type of parks are these?
Well, like I mentioned, some multi-use tracks that a lot of people are really fond of on the East and West Bank levee. You look at that and you talk about Ormond Spray Park, who's been a wonderful addition to our park structure. You look at 8,000 people from May to September visiting that park. Parks provide an excellent economic engine for the parish. You look at the spillway, the 2 boat launches we have, the pavilion, the camping ground that we have, the numbered campsites. And I'm not going to forget Wetland Watches that, is a wonderful addition to our park structure that kind of targets on the educational side of Parks and Rec, conservation of green space, providing an outlet for kids that may not play basketball or baseball, and learning more about our environment and nature and why it's important to protect that here in St. Charles Parish.
Absolutely. Dwayne LaGrange, if the renewal doesn't pass on December 10th, what does this mean for this department?
That would be absolutely critical if it doesn't pass. Just listen to all the things that Dwayne just mentioned. I mean, just imagine all those things basically going away. Look at when you're passing the parks every day. You're seeing the maintenance workers out there. They're maintaining the fields. There are folks in the office that are maintaining scheduling. And there's a lot of behind-the-scenes things that are going on. So just imagine all those things going away. That would absolutely be critical to St. Charles Parish.
Earlier this year, when I mentioned I had you guys on, that was during the time when you guys were looking to the community to enhance the department. How are some of the suggestions you got then going to factor into the department going forward?
Well, Tristan, as you recall, Parish President Larry Cochran, when he took office, one of the things that he said that he wanted to find out what were some of the concerns or things that can help enhance our Parks and Recreation Department. It's a huge department.
It
and
is.
It plays a large part in our daily living here in St. Charles Parish. So what we did was we went out to the different districts, solicited their input, and we've gathered information since then. And what we're doing is we're trying to look at what we have in place now and see what we can do to enhance the existing areas that fall within our Parks and Recreation Department. What I can tell you is that we visited several parks outside of St. Charles Parish, as well as having other people visit our parks as well. I've got to say that we stand alone in a lot of positive aspects. We're looking to implement as many of those concerns that we see possible. Again, there's room for improvement, but I can say that we truly have
We're on a good track.
Oh yeah, we have a tremendous Parks and Recreation Department, and I'm very proud of them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even when I was researching just the types of parks we have so many unique things. Like you said, the Wetland Watchers Park, the Spray Park. It's not just a swing set and a playground. It's a lot more than that. It's
There's
using
so
the space and the environment we have. Is there anything else about this renewal that we want to get across to residents that you guys want to emphasize?
I'd just like to say that it's a renewal. It's a renewal. I'm sorry. There's no new taxes. It's simply a renewal. This will continue to keep the wonderful amenities in place that we all love here in St. Charles Parish.
Sure.
And it is crucial.
Sure. Thank you, guys. Well, Election Day is December 10th for this one, so
Thank you, Tristan.
Thank you,
look for that on the ballot. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Good job.
Look for the entire episode at www.scptoday.com or on SCP TV.